I really want to be successful, but before I even get into the story about success and why we don't do things that we know will achieve our success, I want to talk about the stress. And I promise it's going to have a point. So, see the stress, see this waste. So, if you've been watching my past YouTube videos, you've seen that I've been wearing Boubous recently, and I love them. I absolutely adore them. I love how easy it is to just wear it and go. And my grandmother got me this dress, and she's like, "Well, I've been seeing that you've been wearing Boubous every day for the past like 2 weeks. I figured I'll add to your collection." And I share this story because I literally one day woke up and said, "I want a Boubou collection." This is coming from someone who when I was growing up, I absolutely did not like dresses. And when I changed my mind many years later, and now I'm showing up every day wearing a boo, what my grandmother did was she bought me this dress. And one of my other friends made two dresses for me, and I wore one of them in a recent video. And I share this to say that sometimes I think we think that people will not root for us when we change something that they thought to be true about us. But in actuality, they will support us and they will help us along the ride. They will build your boo boo closet. And if you don't know what a boo boo is watch the last 7 videos I've made. That is what a boo boo is. And I don't know if you would necessarily consider this a boo boo. Sorry, I unbelted it. But so boo boo is usually just like a flowy dress. This one is a little bit unique because you can tie it a little bit in the front. It has these, but essentially it's a West African gown. And I think one of the reasons why a lot of us do not start something that we want to be successful in is because we are afraid what other people might think about us. We're afraid that people might think, oh, why is she changing? And they might not like that change. They might feel a way about that change. But that is not a reason to stop yourself because as you see, you might actually be ridiculously supported in that change. So you might as well try it out. And if you like it and you love it and you're expressing your joy in it and growing in it, other people want to see you happy. They might not understand why you're doing it. Because literally everyone in my family's like, are you really gonna come here every single day and have a different boo-boo on? And I say, yeah. And they're like, okay. And now they're bringing me dresses and now they're bringing me something that I am passionate about because I think if you start doing something with the best intentions, other people are going to see that and want to support it. And are there some people who will always have something to say, or why are you wearing a boo boo, or this, or like, sure, but what does that got to do with anything? If you're going to do something, why not do it in a way that's going to make you happy and make your life richer? Right. And that's my first point I want to make about I'm really dedicated to my success this year. And part of that success is being comfortable in what I'm doing and what I'm wearing and just living out loud, whether people understand it or not. And I think the boo boo is like a perfect example of that. And I want to use that to like segue into other reasons why we may not do things, even though we know that doing them will create a higher possibility of our success. All right. So I think it's starting the thing. And I think so many of us do not start the thing because we don't feel ready yet. I know for me, I will read the things, I will watch the podcast, I'll do all this stuff because I'm always trying to learn and come to the situation ready and prepared. And so much of the technology that we know and we use this day and so many things that we love, the people who started it, what they started is not what they ended up with. They started something and the way was shown as they went along. So I'm trying to learn and lean into that and learn that I can start without being perfect. And perfection is a form of procrastination dressed up as responsibility and as education. And then Nelson Mandela said this best. He said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." And the only way anything ever gets done is by starting before you're ready. So I'm learning to let something be a work in progress, to let it be messy, to let it get better as I go. Because some of the best things I think I've built and I've seen built started before they were anywhere near finished. And some of the things I've started and I've pursued have led me in different directions, which has just made my knowledge even deeper and this life even richer. So I just want to point that out. Just start the thing and then it'll show you the way. I think another thing, I wrote like loose notes. So um another thing is the idea of struggle and progress. Frederick Douglass said, if there's no struggle, there's no progress. And when I say struggle, I think there's a spectrum of struggle, and some struggle can be like legit, like pulling your hair out, no money in the bank type struggle, and that can be an aspect of it. And sometimes struggle is just not understanding and just having to put in the reps. Like there is a spectrum of struggle, and I don't think it's a sign if you're doing something wrong. I think it's a sign you're doing something real and you're learning and you're growing. And I think as long as you're listening and supporting people, you will reach the success that you need to reach um, in in what you need to do to get where you want to go, right? And it can only happen because you started. And I think part of the reason why at least I read so much and I'm waiting for perfection to start and education to start is because I I don't know where to begin. I'm not sure how to begin. And even this, I paid for this whole thing where I went to, learn how to talk to the camera essentially. And one of my really close friends was like, literally just put up your phone and talk. And I was like, no, I feel like there's more to it. So I paid for this thing. And I don't regret paying for it because I think sometimes, depending on your personality, it might be helpful to just go see the thing, like to see how someone set it up, to see how they think about it, and that was helpful for me. And now it's helped me show up to this YouTube every single day and to see where it's going to lead me. And this is a bit of a tangent. But I think this YouTube will it help me in terms of like maybe speaking gigs and other things of that nature? Yes, but it's also helping me daily have a better understanding of my voice and what I want to talk about, what I want to share. And even right now, I just said wanna a ton of time. So one of the things I want to work on is saying want to. I want to, I am going to. Because it's so interesting when you like watch yourself back or listen to yourself back and you're like, wow, I speak so casually. And I don't think this is necessarily a problem with that. But if one of my goals in life is to be on bigger stages, I would like to be conscious of when I'm saying things like wanna versus want to, just based on the audience I'm talking to. And I don't think I have to necessarily change, right? So one of my biggest she's not my my mentor, but one of the people I look to a lot is like someone like Cardi B, right? She's able to be successful being authentically herself in every space. But I also know I don't have Cardi B's story and I have my story. So I know for me, I would like to be cognizant of the way that I'm speaking because of the rooms that I want to be in and things I want to talk about, right? So I say all this to say, start someplace. The time is always right to do what is right. So if something's in your heart, something's on your chest, do it. And I think Martin Luther King said that the time is always right to do what is right. It's not when you feel smarter, it's not when you feel richer, not when you feel more confident. It's the time is now. And we have so much information at our fingertips, whether it's a book, a podcast, an AI, whatever. So like lean into that. And I think the last thing I want to share is about having the funds to do it. Depending on what you want to do, you might need funds, but I would say more often than not, just getting the word out there for what you want to do is essentially free because you can get that, you can join groups, you can get the word out on social media just so you can start building that community and testing out that product and that need for the product. So when you are ready to launch, between waitlists and things of that nature, you might be able to raise some capital for that. And a lot of what I talk about in the rest of my videos is using your 9 to 5 as capital, right? So this is why it's important to negotiate for yourself. It's important to be in spaces and in jobs that pay you so you actually have enough money for capital for things that you want to do. So I will leave you with this. Langston Hughes wrote, hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. You don't need unlimited resources to fly. You just need the courage to jump, to say, I'm going to take that first step and see where it goes. So I encourage you to keep playing, get in the game, and then keep going. Because I know for me, one of my biggest flaws is that at some point I get very antsy about not getting enough traction or likes or customers or whatever the case might be, and I stop too early. So one of the things I want to also keep myself is like not to clip my own wings and just keep playing. Because when you do that, you learn, you grow. And one thing I'm learning is that you will never fail if the goal is to learn and grow. You may not get maybe the monetary things that you're hoping for right away, but if you're learning and growing and iterating, eventually the money will come. But I also think most importantly, you will be able to do one of the biggest skills in life, which is not ruminate. Because if you're not ruminating, then you no longer are sitting with that what if question. And I think what if and having that resentment for yourself for not doing what you said you wanted to do, I think that causes way more harm than maybe if you lost a few bucks because you started something that didn't work out. So do the thing. Start before you're ready. And if you want more conversations like this about building, growing, and believing in yourself, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow. If you want to work one-on-one together to really explore what are your hangups, what are your holdups, what skills do you have, and how can you use them for your success, also reach out to me. All right. I will see you tomorrow.